Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is Miss Brianne, and welcome back to Book Talk Wednesdays with Miss Brianne. And in this series, I provide brief book talks on all the graphic novels and easy readers that we here at the West Hampton Free Library have to offer, in the hopes that we encourage you to visit us here at the library in order to check out these amazing books for yourself. Now today, we have two easy readers that are based off a very popular chapter book novel series, which was created many years ago. Alright, so before we begin, let me ask you this. Who has heard of the character Flat Stanley? Some of you have, and some of you had not. But Flat Stanley is a very popular chapter book series, sort of a beginning chapter book for older elementary students, about a boy who becomes flat when one night a bulletin board falls on him while he's asleep. And this series took off. The original author, he created a few of these books, and after his death, other people are continuing the Flat Stanley series today. And it's good. It's a good beginning chapter book series for second and third graders, but there are some younger kids who are very interested in the character of Flat Stanley, but are maybe not quite fluent enough in reading yet to read the beginning chapter books. Well, there's a solution to that. An Easy Reader series has been created based off the Flat Stanley series for those younger elementary students to enjoy, so they can read it more into the character of Flat Stanley, and it'll give them a great transition to the beginning chapter books. And I'm going to talk about two of those today. First we have Flat Stanley and the Lost Treasure, and Flat Stanley Goes Camping. Now, both books the series itself was created by Jeff Brown. He was the author of the original Flat Stanley chapter books. But these easy readers were written by, the author of the easy readers was Lori Haskins Houran, and the illustrator of these easy readers is Macky Pamintuan. And both are published by Harper, which is an imprint of HarperCollins Publishers. Now, in Flat Stanley and the Lost Treasure, the Lambchop family is on vacation at a beach. And during their time, Stanley and his younger brother Arthur decide to go swimming. So they're swimming and they encounter a dolphin, who eventually leads them to a sunken pirate ship with treasure in it. Determined to show their parents, Stanley grabs a couple of pieces of treasure and tries to head back to where his parents are. But strong waves keep him from doing so. And when something happens to their animal friend, it's up to Stanley to decide what to do and what is more important. Now, when Flat Stanley Goes Camping, Stanley knows that there's a lot of advantages to being flat. However, despite all those advantages, he's starting to get a little tired of being flat, and he wants to be round again. And not even a camping trip with his family cheers him up. Feeling a little down, he goes exploring with his younger brother, Arthur. But when they're suddenly faced with I wouldn't say dangerous, but pretty scary animal nevertheless, it makes Stanley realize that there's still plenty of advantages that he doesn't even realize of being flat. And if you want to find out what happens, grab this book and take a look at it. Now, these two are very great books. The illustrations are great, very colorful, very detailed. great pacing in the story, and it's a great way to introduce younger readers to Flat Stanley. Now, these take place during the first beginning chapter book novel. They're little offshoot adventures of that, but it'll appeal to younger elementary because of the simpler reading. And these are designed for those readers who can read but do need a little help every now and again, these two books in the series. But it's very enticing to younger readers, and it'll encourage them to get to know Flat Stanley a little bit better so that they can move on to those beginning chapter books when they become more fluent in reading. But in any event, I give this series 5 out of 5 stars, and I do recommend it to those early elementary readers who are fluent in reading but do need help every now and again. This is Miss Brianne, and thank you so much for joining me today. I will see you next week.